This is Primetime Sports, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, 1019, 100.5, AM 1450, WGNSSports.com, Big G TV, streaming video, and always at the game. The game. It's Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees. We'll take a look back at last week's big games and get you ready for the weekend ahead. Local prep sports, MTSU, UT, and Vandy football, the Titans, and much more. Now let's join the Primetime Sports team right here on WGNS and Big G TV.
Well, I guess it would be the dynamic duo tonight, not the Primetime Sports team. John Dinkins in for Clark Blair tonight. Rod Edwards is here, and you know, Rod, how everything is always so organized. You know, when Clark is here,
yes,
everything is such precision. We'll throw all that out tonight because I'm back. Okay,
yeah.
So
well, that's why I printed off the sheets that he would have for me.
Okay,
so
well, that's good. You can tell me. You can tell me when to take a break. I don't care.
I don't have that schedule.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, we got to stay on track. So you can tell me as we go, though, what we got to do next. But we got a lot of sports to talk about tonight. We're going to talk football mainly tonight. We're going to the expert, Rod Edwards, who's going to tell us just, I guess, who's going to win, because we're down to the nitty-gritty now. And we're also going to talk about pigskin picks, because there is a close battle. It's the closest ever, I think, in the history.
Man, I had a chance to blow it up. Did you see where they had listed? They had Brian down in my spot and his spot. And if I hit my spot, it had Brian, and I could have made bad decisions for him. He could have been really in trouble. But instead, I sent a message to Clark, hey, I'm not on here.
Oh, man. Well, okay.
I had
guess
a chance
that's okay.
to help the people right behind.
Well, anyway, we've got a good show. I don't know if we'll talk baseball. Our teams haven't done a whole lot yet, so we'll have to just wait and see.
We're still waiting.
Yeah. But tonight's show brought to you by Ideas Tees, and they're located across from MTCS. And I don't know if you've been to their new locations over there. They actually have two areas. They have a gift area, then the actual working area where they do the printing, the screen printing.
Well, where's it located?
Well, I don't know the exact address, but if you'll turn right, like you're going into MTCS where tags used to be.
Oh, yes.
It's right there. Okay. So I don't know I didn't bring that with me, but.
Yeah, the other place was hidden.
Yeah, you had to we had to tell you exactly where that was.
You had to go to Chewy's and then you could find it.
Yeah, they got a big sign out there now. You can see everything, so it's pretty nice. Screen printing, hats, sweatshirts, you name it, T-shirts particularly. You can get all of that for really good prices at Ideas Tees. So go by and see John and the gang. And again, it's right across from MTCS. You turn in right, you will see the sign as you go in. All right, going to have a show tonight, I guess you and me. And Danny's going to call in for just a minute. And, of course, we have the Blue Raider Report coming up as well, as we continue here with Primetime Sports Thursday after this timeout.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard heating and air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Fans will be there with trained technicians. Fans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court. Call 615-893-7930. Fans Heating and Air.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
I'm Ian Young. I'm at Las Casas Feed Supply. I'm selling beef and pork, 100% Angus, raised here in Las Casas. Come get you some.
Everyone's favorite cuts available, even options to purchase a quarter of a steer.
We got the beef. Hello, everybody. Las Casas Feed Supply.
Family owned and operated Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
Is your car running like like a dream, or does it need a little TLC? At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we treat your vehicle like it's one of our own. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
Been coming to them ever since he opened up. Good family. I recommend other people to get them repaired here because I knew they would do it and do it right. Been happy to send people to him because I trust what he does so much.
We're crazy about him. It's all about the doctor.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
This is a paid legal ad.
I'm attorney John Day. One of our clients was operating a farm tractor when he was rear-ended by a tractor trailer. In an instant, his life was changed forever. We helped him receive a settlement that has given him financial security for the rest of his life. Now, each case is different, and we can't promise this type of result for every case. But we can promise that when you hire the law offices of John Day, we'll work hard to help you. If you think we can help, call me, John Day.
Are you tired of feeling like just another number with your insurance provider? At Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna, Agent Rick Hall prides himself on offering personalized service that puts you first. Every client's needs are unique. From personal home and auto coverage to tailored business insurance, Rick Hall's got you covered. Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna, where you're more than just a policy number. You're a neighbor.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Primetime Sports Thursday. They've got the Blue Raider Report coming up, and Rod Edwards with me, and Danny Brewer's going to talk on the phone, I think. He is at a swim meet, I believe.
He does.
Is it in Oakland?
No, he's at Smyrna.
Oh, he's at Smyrna.
He's
okay.
a Smyrna boy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he does.
I thought his son was a coach in Oakland, though.
He does timing and all.
So he's really nothing but just a guy that sends over there with a little stopwatch.
I hope he has a steady hand.
Yeah. So I got to say one good thing about Danny Brewer, though. He brought me a ribeye steak while I couldn't drive, couldn't get out. Brought it to me about 3 Sundays ago. And I have to admit, which as much as it pains me, it was probably the best steak I think I've ever eaten.
Where'd he get it from?
He cooked it.
I cooked it
He
himself.
cooked it himself and brought the baked potato over. And I told Brian, I said, well, you've got a lot to live up to now, and you're going to bring something, aren't you? And he goes, no. And then he also said, Melissa brought me some cookies. He did come over to get me where I could be on the air at home, and he brought cookies from Melissa over here. So here's old cheapskate, really working hard. But anyway, it is that time of year. As you can tell, the rain and the way that tonight is, it's going to get a little cooler. I think warmer tomorrow, but then the bottom's going to drop out. I think first of the week.
It's supposed to stop raining in the afternoon, so maybe it will be dry during the night.
And luckily, I guess all the games are that we're concerned about are on turf, so I guess that will be a problem. So, well, let's get right to it, I guess, Rod. This first segment, and Blackman has looked very impressive getting to where they are, and now they get the privilege of playing Maryville. Now, Riverdale went down there, and Coach Will Kreisky of Riverdale told me that they're good. They're really good. Now, they remind me of those teams they used to have where they had this all-star quarterback every year. They've got one this year, right?
Right, and it's his third year. He started against Oakland last year in the semifinals. Will Jones, and it reminds me of the one in the kid we're talking about when we first started. Oakland started going. He ended up going quarterback in college, but he always made the big play when he had to make it.
Was that kid who went to Vanderbilt for a while? I think he did. I can remember that's maybe even before you, but they've always kind of come up with one. I mean, what is it that makes Maryville so tough? I'll tell you my opinion, and you can give me yours, but to me, they are always, I don't know if, I guess it's coaching, but they are so drilled. I mean, they know exactly what they're going to run. They don't make mistakes. They don't turn the ball over a lot. Now, the last couple of years back, they had a kind of a off year, we'd say. I think they lost 2, but they seem to have that back this year.
Yes, I saw a little bit of tape. It was online on them in Bradley Central. He's bigger than he was last year. The thing is, if you put pressure on him, he can go. He's a good runner, and he's very accurate. and he's got some good receivers. Now, he's the only one that's really a really strong runner, so he's your big threat. But I think one of the things that hurt Riverdale is the passing game, because it was predominantly a passing game, and they're not quite as they're built more to defend the run than they are the pass. Remember the first game, Knoxville Catholic had a really good passing game. They got beat pretty bad in that game. So that's the thing. You're going to have really a good, talented front four, front seven, and then also your defensive backs.
And you're going to have to be able to contain him, and that makes it hard when you're trying to rush the quarterback and he can use his feet to capitalize on that. So it's kind of like you're almost like playing a zone against him. Watch him, don't let him go to the outside, I would think, and you're going to all eyes on the QB.
Well, pretty much you have to have really solid players at each position, because any weak spot it's going to show it. And normally, if you think of it just a passing team, you that's something you can zero in on. But he's such a breakaway threat, and he's about 6'2", it looks like, and he's filled out a little bit more. And he was kind of skinnier last year. He's one I imagine will be going to the next level.
Evidently their receivers are really good,
yes.
And you said they don't really have. I mean, he's kind of the runner. But they do have complementary players that can hurt you at times.
Well, right. The other people are going to hurt you because you're worried about him. So that's the decoy, and that's where they can catch you and gas you and keep the ball moving. And I thought Riverdale, we scored early. Maryville scored early, but Riverdale started chipping away, came back, competitive, then got late. Then they began to just put one drive after the other. And they're a well-coached team. They don't make mistakes. If you're getting personal fouls, which we've had, sometimes Riverdale's had that problem. Blackman's got to watch that because they've had that problem in the past. You can't afford to get that unnecessary yards that you're giving them because you're making mistakes, either in your temper or whatever, or just not really concentrating like you should. That's the thing. They are so disciplined. They don't make many mistakes like with penalties. The thing I see when it comes to Maryville too, they like to eat the clock. They like these long drives, as you mentioned they did against Riverdale. They're very patient. They don't, but every once in a while they'll come up with some kind of play, that you're not ready for. And the thing about it is they usually execute it. Yeah, and the two I've seen, of course, the one was Siegel. Siegel was leading at half, come out, onside kick, they recovered it. Before that, I think it was, or maybe Blackman was after that. Blackman had him down at halftime. They come out and they had a halfback pass. The guy got behind Blackman, changed the momentum of the game. They went on and won the game then. Of course, George Quarles is gone. Yeah, he was the one who was making those calls. Right. Now, we look at Blackman. Here we go. Blackman's had a good run through this playoff. They seem to have kind of gelled. They've really not had a tough game. I mean, they've pretty much handled the teams that they had to handle. What do they need to do now when we get ready to start this game tomorrow night? Well, one thing I guess I need to mention, it's not at Maryville. Right. That's always a help. That's the big help. Because they're a young team. Blackman hasn't been in the playoffs extended until Matt got there. But they going into Maryville, and you've been there, it's like a big bowl and huge fans. The fans get there like 5 o'clock, like even before we get there. Right. And it is. And they're right on top of you, and the sidelines are not huge either. All those things, I would think, would be a big factor in a team that hasn't been to Maryville in a while or never. And so, does that? I would say that would have to help Blackman some. Oh, definitely, because you look at it. I think in the playoffs they've had 25 home games. Last 25, they've only lost one. Oakland beat them the 1 year there. Most of the time, Oakland's beat them at Oakland. Bradley Central, that off year, Bradley Central got into the semifinals and knocked off That was 2 years ago, knocked off Maryville. But Oakland was the only one that beat him, and it was gradually they were getting closer year after year. They finally beat them at Maryville. So it's a very tough place to win. And there's also seems like, we've seen some calls that questionable, but it's right there in front of all the fans, and they're hollering, and so those things do happen. So this really helps to be in Blackman tomorrow night.
The crowd should be in Blackman's favor, although Maryville travels really well. I mean, they'll have their fans full over there. But
Blackman is really one of the best ones we've had for as their fans from the beginning. That first game of the season against Cane Ridge that we had, and I had the radio show here, and I went in. I couldn't believe, because they're playing a really weak team at that time, and they were just packed.
And they've got a really nice parking facility. It's not like you're having to squeeze them in. They can usually handle it, but it's huge. The Blackman Blades, Matt Kreisky's done a great job. I'm going to talk about him a little bit, and they have bought into what he's throwing out there. And when I talked to Matt at the first, the first interview, I think I had him first, and that's what he kept preaching. Said they're going to have to buy in the way that I do things.
Yep.
And I think it was a little bit of a struggle. He had some guys that, they'd had a couple of two coaches before him, and some of those seniors had played for two different coaches.
Right.
But they have bought into that program. Elliott has come in, and he seems to get better week after week.
Right. He's kind of along the lines of Will Jones. He's a good passer. Probably not the level of Jones, but he's also a very good runner. He's probably just as effective running as Jones, the quarterback for Maryville, is. And so that's really helped them, but they really have not had a strong running game other than him. But last week we saw something different. Jamari Kemp had 122 yards and 21 carries. So this is the time of year you start keeping the ball on the ground more. That's one flaw that Maryville may have, because it's so much passing is such an emphasis. Like Oakland last year, they had 300 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
And the ground eats up clock, time management.
And that didn't come early for Blackman. The running game did not come. But now he held Kemp back quite a bit, I think, because doesn't want him to get hurt. And so now they've kind of got that established. The offensive line has gotten better. That could be a real factor. Do you think that they need to score early? Blackman needs to get on the board first.
Yeah, you don't want to get Maryville rolling, because I'm afraid, because they have such reputation. You begin to panic a little bit, Yeah.
Say it's 14-0.
It'd be ideal, you get the ball first, take it. Because I think that's what Maryville did last week. They took it first. They wanted to get the offense established. Hey, we can go score. Then we got a leg up, so advantage us for the rest of the way.
Blackman also has a really good kicker, which is going to be a huge thing for them in the game.
I think the biggest strength, though, is their line, offense and defense. They've got good size. They're strong. Got some defenders like Lark, defensive back. He's going to be very important in the game. He's been starting for about 3 years now, and he's just a gamer. And you're going to have some gamers really alert in this game. They have the tools, so they have the potential to win this game.
The defensive line, too, they've got to play and put pressure, not necessarily sack him, but put pressure on him to help that secondary back there, where he can't have all day to sit back there and look for a receiver.
The main thing is find ways to make them uncomfortable. You don't want them to get comfortable. You know what they do. They kind of groove along. You gotta find ways, and I think Coach Matt is probably working on ways that we can make them feel uncomfortable.
Just the name Maryville can kind of, for a young kid, or if you never played them before, I think, though, it being at Blackman kind of takes that away, that mystique a little bit, from them.
Well, I think Oakland's taken that mystique away for us.
Right.
We don't never think like we did until Oakland finally beat them.
Right. Right.
I mean, I can remember the first time I saw them play. They were in the top level. I think we had up to 5A. They were in 4A, and when they came out, I got to go to watch all the games. My son-in-law was a coach, and so I got to stay up and get the food up there. With
look
the coaches.
At you! Yeah.
So I mean, I had a great day. That's when they had the big snowfall. I think it was Riverdale played in against one of the Chattanooga teams. The snow glowed almost but they came out, but man, they were just like a machine. I thought, wow. You looked at them and said, looked like this other team could beat them. They got more athletes, but they were just like a machine. And
one thing you see at Maryville, you see all those banners when you go play them. You see all those banners up there. And
you almost want to put blinders on your kids.
That's for sure. But they've already made the big long road trip, so they know that. So if they have to ever do that again, but if Blackman wins and Oakland wins, we don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Period. So we're going to take another break here, and when we come back, we'll finish up with Blackman and Maryville, and then we're going to talk to Rod, and we're going to talk some Green Hill and Oakland football as we continue here with Primetime Sports Thursday right here on WGNS.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Life changes, then it changes again. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. A job loss, change in health, or loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure that you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Stop by our office in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard or give us a call at 615-907-7056 for an appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
In Rutherford County, we need a sheriff who leads from the front, not from behind the desk. That's Kenneth Barrett, out on calls, side by side with deputies, tackling the tough stuff every shift. He's the working man's leader, supervising with sharp eyes, serving with steady hands, keeping our families safe. Born here, raised here, he's ready to protect here.
I'm Kenneth Barrett, running for Rutherford County Sheriff, and I'd appreciate your vote.
Paid for by Kenneth Barrett for Sheriff. Treasurer Jam Stewart.
Clark's Auction Company will get you top dollar for your property.
Auctions are easy, fast, and profitable.
I've always been a big fan of auctions. Get instant sale, no contingencies.
That means the sale of your property won't depend on an inspection, financing, or appraisals.
I've known the guys over there my entire life.
Call Parks Auction and Realty or visit parksauction.com.
Clark's Auction Company will get you top dollar for your property.
Clark's Auction Company, committed to auction excellence.
Sold it to you, 27.5.
Dr. Russell McKissick of Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance talks about the grassroots effort in our local schools to ensure proper care for players.
To make sure our teams are covered here locally, be there for our trainers. Yeah, it's a passion that we have to try to take care of our athletes here in town and be there just to keep everybody playing as healthy and as best they can.
From a community standpoint, one of the most important things you do at TOA, I'd guess.
I think it's definitely a way to pay back to our community, just to be there for them and watch some great sports too.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, live your best life.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Welcome back to Primetime Sports Thursday. It's John Dinkins and Rod Edwards. And how much does Clark pay me to take his place? Is there some kind of money thing to this?
Twice as much is what.
Really? Yeah, that's what I thought. We're here. Jackson Smith's in the house, and Danny Brewer's going to be calling us here around 5:30 or so. And let's finish up with Blackman, and then we'll switch to Oakland here, Rod. The Blaze. What do you think? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay, what do I think? I think in the end, I don't want to say this, but I think Maryville, just with what I've seen, They're really dangerous with the passing game. I mean, it's just so efficient. But I mean, if Blackman can keep the running game going well, and if they can keep the ball, and they can put pressure.
Yeah.
You have to get pressure on Jones. If you can put pressure on him, they can beat him.
A lot of prognosticators, sports writers have chimed in, and I think some of them, I think all of them, I think kind of went with Marable.
Yeah.
But there was one that said 24-23. I kind of have a tendency to go with that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think they'll steamroll Blackman. I don't think.
I don't think so either. Number one, because line play.
Yeah.
It's still going to be, you get all this fancy athletes and all that, but those guys in the trenches, they decide a lot of it.
No turnovers, absolutely none. If you have one, you better get it back. I mean, you better pounce on a fumble.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yes.
Stuff.
Yeah. Any kind of little things like that's big. You cannot afford to make mistakes against them. But I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Now we switch gears to Oakland hosting Green Hill. This game is kind of getting not quite as much fanfare, but it's a critical game for both of these teams. And I look at some of the opponents Green Hill has played, and compared to what Oakland's played, I think you've got to favor Oakland in this game.
Yes. I mean, Green Hill's the only one alive from theirs. All the other teams in their region got wiped out except for them. We remember last year Blackman was number 4 seed, and they knocked off Green Hill, who was number 1 seed then. Science Hill, they had a really tough game. They did pull it out. So I think they are a better team than they were last year, but I don't know. But they pulled it out last week against Science Hill, who
and
was
they were
down.
Seed. They were down in that game, weren't they?
I think so.
Quite like 21-10, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that much or not. I don't remember, but in fact, I thought it could have gone either way from what we were hearing scores-wise back and forth. But Green Hill did pull it out. Got a good quarterback. This guy's kind of like Will Jones in that he's a runner. He's a good passer. He's committed to UT Martin. It's the father of Ty Simpson.
Oh, okay.
And so he has a guy who apparently knows nothing about quarterbacking.
Right.
And also, I mean, he's a quality player, and he'll lead him, but I don't know if they have enough other talent to match up with Oakland.
I would think Green Hill will have a hard time stopping the Oakland offense.
Yes.
Now I know they've got a few injuries concerns, but they've got depth. I mean, it's not like they can. I mean, they've got several that can run the football.
Well,
both quarterbacks have become really one of the main cogs in their offense.
Yeah, I mean, they could run at any time, as well as the thing is, the passes they completed last week were devastating for Bradley Central in the game. It's the timing, and Oakland's always been that way.
Yeah,
and they don't do it a lot, but when they do it, it usually it burns you. They get behind you, and it just changes the game. And the thing is, Oakland is so good on their special teams. Last week, 2 big plays. They had an interception by Wyatt. Oakland was ahead 14-0, but that interception really changed the game. They were able, in a few plays, then go in and score 21-0. That's right off. The game is really over, even though you don't play like it is, but it was pretty much over at that point.
What makes them such a good big play team? What is it about Oakland? I mean, they have at least won almost every game. It just seems like.
Well, I think a lot of it is they practice it. They talk about blocking punts or kicks. They practice it a lot. And one thing, the guy who's known for blocking punts and kicks, Gainer's only been back for about 3 weeks. He was out with injury most of the year, so that will help. I know they're apparently, was it Haggard? He may be injured, but at least they've gotten Gainer come back in. So they've really got that's the one thing they have. They have a really good defensive backfield. And that's going to help them with this quarterback.
Their defensive line's a little underrated too. I mean, I think they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
They're not big, they're not huge, but they're quick, and he'll stunt and he'll send guys, and they're so fast. Quarterback got to watch it. I mean, you got to be careful.
Well, Colin Williams and Trayvon Jackson just out having tremendous years. I mean, they're always making big plays in the middle, but then a Tut will get several sacks. Wyatt had, from his defense back position, had 8 tackles last week. And so it's just got so many good athletes that are making the plays, and they're committed, and they don't mind sharing the time. Seems like. And what was interesting too, going to the offense, the week before, what we had, Tut had like 140 some yards, and Haggard had 120 or so. I thought, well, he's probably going to go those two all the way out. No, he runs Bass first couple plays, boom, 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 and they're almost down the field, and Tut takes it in on the wildcat play, and then the next series. Bass, here he comes again, and he breaks a 41-yard touchdown run, and I think I can't figure Creasy out. I think I have him figured out, and he'll pull somebody else.
Well, I know. Was it Riverdale where he had a 4th and 2 or 3 from his 39 or something like that, and he called a time. It looked like they were going to let's get him off sides, and then he calls timeout. Then they actually go for it. And they make it.
Yeah.
And it was a big play. I mean, it was a big gainer, too.
Yeah, give it the time.
That part of me, I've not seen that side of him in terms of that. But then everything was out the window then after he did that. I went, well, I don't know. He just has a knack of knowing at the time. And I think that's part of that is you have confidence in your kids.
Right.
And, you say you can get this job done.
And that's the thing. He has a feel for what's going on, what will work. Like that particular run. Tut took it just right around the left side. Well, he before had been struggling with Oakland because they kept trying to change direction and all that, and they're stopping him. Probably told him, you get around the edge, you don't hesitate and go full speed, and that's what he did, and they got the yardage. Well, last week, every time Tut ran early in the game, they shut him down. The whole team was after him. That's why Bass was so open.
Right.
Because they were looking for Tut. And, so he took advantage of, again, a weakness. He kind of knew what they were going to be doing. And just has a great knack of making the right call at the right time.
The special teams, you mentioned that, like block punts. His special team play is good. And really, they are not as penalty. They don't have as many penalties as some other teams. I mean, he hates them. I know, and so does Matt for Blackman. They can't stand those penalties. So, but I would think that Green Hills is a little new to the playoff,
right?
And they haven't met anybody like Oakland yet.
Right,
is my opinion.
They're the Mount Juliet of Mount Juliet now. Mount Juliet, most of their players went to Green Hill, the brand new school, the all new facilities, and all this. But they're still kind of young as an establishment, and I think you have to go through the fire a few times with the big boys.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about Oakland, but we've got Danny Brewer on the line, and we're going to talk to him. I guess he'll want to talk about swimming, maybe. It's a good night to be swimming, even if you're pavement. Danny, you on the line?
We're here, and, swimming is a great sport. I actually was in the pool this morning, as a matter of fact, so swimming is a great sport.
Don't you do that kind of as your exercise routine, swim a lot?
Part of it, yes, sir, I do. Of course, this time of year, I'm a believer in cold water therapy. Because the pool water's a little chilly out.
In other words, that's the cheap man's cryotherapy.
Hey, he sent me a steak that he bought, Rod. Don't make fun of him. Okay. I'm going to be nice to him tonight.
He says it's better than any steak he's ever had.
It's the best steak I've ever eaten, Danny Brewer. I'm just going to tell you. You ought to open up a restaurant.
Right there on the side of good.
Roger,
I appreciate that.
Roger, you're trying to get me in trouble. While I've got you just for a few minutes, by the way, Dr. Automotive helps sponsor this portion of it. Danny, we've been talking about Oakland and Blackman, and your thoughts. Let's go with Blackman and Maryville. Your thoughts on those games, and then if you got a little horse racing news, you can get that in too.
Yeah, well, we do. So as far as Blackman Maryville, it's going to come down to, can Blackman play mistake-free football? Maryville is one of those teams that always seems to be prepared mentally as well as physically. They don't beat themselves. They don't make mistakes. You don't see the personal foul penalties, the offsides, the false starts. They seem to be very sound fundamentally. So in order to defeat Maryville, you have to beat Maryville, and you can't beat yourself. So if Blackman can play mistake-free football, I think they've got a pretty good chance to win because they've got some talent over there. Coach Kreisky has got the blaze burning bright. So Blackman is my pick. I think if they can play close to mistake-free football, I think they got a pretty good chance to win.
And Oakland and Green Hills, I think Green Hills has not really seen a team like Oakland, I don't think, this year.
No, I don't think they have either, but I will say this about Green Hill. They've got a pretty good-sized offensive line. Their quarterback is a big kid that can run it and throw it, and they do have a couple of good running backs. They've got a bigger kid, and then they've got a quick kind of jitterbug-type running back. So they can come at you with a multifaceted offense. They can throw it, and they got a couple of different runners. So this is not a given. This is not a gimme. This time of year, there are no gimmies.
Right.
I think that I'm with you, though. I don't think that Green Hill has run into any team. Of course, I've said this all year. I don't know if there's any team in the state of Tennessee that's got the players that Oakland has. I think they're the most talented team far and away in the state of Tennessee.
Well, when you look at them, too, unless their defense can stop Oakland, Green Hills could be in trouble because they're going to eat up so much clock that, they're going to have to stop them on the ground, I would think.
Well, yes, you have to slow down the Oakland machine. Now, here's the thing about Oakland sometimes, too, is they may not have a big time of possession advantage because of the big plays.
Yeah.
And that would happen last week against the boys from Bradley Central. I think first half Bradley Central won the time of possession. They had the ball longer than Oakland did, but Oakland was up 28-3 because of the big plays. So you have to limit the big plays for Oakland, and you want to make them try to grind it out if you can because with players like Tut, they can break it at any time. They can take it to the house any time the ball is snapped.
You were going to be at that game, the Oakland game, right?
Correct. Yes, I'll be at the Oakland Green Hill game. Yes, sir.
We are going to be so informative. I mean, we're going to have Rod and Bill and Brian at that game, and you're going to be at Oakland. We're going to have more information for these guys. You can't go wrong. Are you
want another steak, aren't you? You want another steak.
I'm wondering if you're going to be on Big GTV too, as well, like on screen. I don't guess so. There won't be a camera there, but anyway.
No, they probably won't. They probably won't let me. So so let's get our horse racing plug in. You ready?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, so next Friday on the Black Friday at Churchill Downs, they're running the Clark Handicap. It's going to be the 151st running of that race. So it's been run every year the same as the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks has, but it's their big race in the fall meet. So God willing, I'll be there, and should be another exciting race. It's in the older horse division, so we should have lots of excitement next Friday at Churchill Downs. There'll be some other graded stakes races too, but Clark Handicap, we're $750,000. I'm sure I will see some studs like John Dinkins there.
You probably won't, but I will tell you this. Since it's Black Friday, you better win something because your wife's going to spend all your money on Black Friday.
Well, see, she's going to be with me, so the goal is to make money and not spend money. So
yeah,
she's with me.
That's the way to work. That's the way to work it.
Our goal is, so that way, hopefully she's there helping me make money because I can say this, when we went to Keeneland earlier, she's kind of my good luck charm sometimes. We hit the late pick 5 at Keeneland this year with her by my side and everything. So like I said, we have some good luck, which I'm always lucky to have her. You've met her, I've outkicked my coverage. I'm always lucky to have her by my side. You
certainly have. I can't argue with that at all. Hey, before I let you go, tell me just exactly what are you doing at that swim meet today there in Smyrna? I know you've got a job.
I'm the meet official. What that means is I start all the races. I make sure all the kids are at their assigned position. I watch the races to see if there's like a false start or some type of violation. I'm the meet official. So I'm kind of the big cheese down here running the meet with Coach Trumpower.
I knew you were going to go that route. Well, Danny, I appreciate you calling in, man, and have a good rest of the are you about halfway through this swim meet?
With the 53 is one of the first breaking points. So, we've still got several events. We've probably still got about 6 or 7 events left. So, both boys and girls heats. So, but it's going to be a good time. It's Smyrna versus Stewart's Creek, and like I said, it's going to be a good time. And, I appreciate the opportunity to be on air with the award-winning John Dinkins. We're so happy to have you back on the air full-time now. Man, we've really missed you.
Well, thanks, Danny. And I haven't been able to be on the coaches show with you because they've sent you on vacation for a couple of weeks, but we'll get back. Basketball's on the way.
Absolutely right, sir. Well, appreciate y'all, and y'all have a great night.
All right, that's Danny Brewer for Dr. Automotive, and a little racing, a little horse racing, a little football talk. And we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Blue Raider Report and much more here on Primetime Sports Thursday.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
Pizza. Murfreesboro's favorite pizza is now hiring at all 3 local locations. That's right. We want you to join the Sir Pizza team. Stop in at our East Main, Veterans Parkway, or Memorial Boulevard locations and let us know how you'd like to join the Sir Pizza family. Also, we've made it even easier to order for carryout or delivery. Just head on over to sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
If you need concrete work done, who would I call? Dan Franz Concrete. Here's why. He's local. He attended Walter Hill Elementary, Oakland, and MTSU. He served our community as a school resource officer for 9 years, and he's involved in the community.
This is Dan with Dan Franz Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student-athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Dan Franz Concrete is a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. Check out danfranzconcrete.com online to see some of their work.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Ring Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Game day is coming, and are you ready to represent the Blue Raiders? At Raider Tees, we've got the largest selection of officially licensed Middle Tennessee gear in town. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, even tailgating essentials. You name it, we've got it. No more searching through random stores. Everything you need is right here at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Get game day ready at Raider Tees. Bigger, better, and go blue.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
And welcome back to Primetime Sports Thursday. John and Rod here with you this evening. Clark Blair, I think he's got a school assignment.
Yes.
So, but anyway, we do have Chip Walters here with the Blue Raider Report.
Well, tonight is a night that has been marked on a lot of calendars across Blue Raider country. It's the night where the 13th-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols come back to the Murphy Center to take on the Lady Raiders. Tip-off tonight, 6:30. The game will air on the Blue Raider Network, starting with the countdown to tip-off at 6 o'clock with Joe Fisher right here on WGNS. This marks the 18th meeting in the series between Middle Tennessee and the Lady Vols. Tennessee owns a 16-1 lead in the all-time series. Middle won its only meeting ever with Tennessee back in 2023 with a 73-62 win down in Huntsville, Alabama. That opened the current four-game series. However, the Lady Vols won last year 89-75 in Knoxville. Tonight they're in Murfreesboro. They'll play again next year in Knoxville to round out the series. After practice yesterday, Coach Rick Insel set the stage. He's excited for the matchup.
You know, our preparation's been about the same. I mean, we're working fundamentals, we're working our defensive strategies. We're trying to get better and get some chemistry with our offense. So, you know, Tennessee just happens to be the next game, and it's a big game because they got a good program, a lot of tradition, great crowd base. So, you know, for us, it's a big game for this university and for our community. And you know, right now they tell me we've got about 10,600 people. They tell me we got about 10,200 seats sold.
Can you just talk about the atmosphere that you're expecting?
Well, I don't know. Our fan base is as good as anybody's in the country, so I don't think they're going to change. I think they're going to come in here expecting to win. I think they're going to come in here and be loud, be proud, be blue.
Turning over to the men's side, the Blue Raider men in Ann Arbor, Michigan last night to tangle with the number 7 Michigan Wolverines at the Chrysler Center. Middle Tennessee really held their own in the first half, jumped out, actually had the lead going into the first media timeout. The Blue Raiders had hit 3 threes early, but Michigan took the lead for good after that media timeout, going on a 16-2 run over the next 6 minutes. Middle was able to cut the lead down to single digits, cut it to 2 at one point, and down by 5 at halftime. But the Wolves came out hot, got a 21-point lead with 10 minutes to go in the game. They win it by 25, 86-61. Middle Tennessee now 3-1 on the season. Michigan goes to 4-0. Next up for the Blue Raiders, a trip to the Cayman Islands for 3 games in 3 days, starting on Sunday as they will face Murray State at 6:30 Central Time, and we'll have that broadcast here on WGNS. Middle Tennessee softball coach Jeff Breeden announced the signing of 5 student athletes to Middle Tennessee's softball program. They include right-handed pitcher Ansley Hall of Calhoun, Georgia. Her dad played football and her mom was the mascot here at Middle Tennessee. Catcher Nevaeh James of Gulf Shores, Alabama. Right-handed pitcher Lily Norman of Manchester. Right-handed pitcher and utility player Sailor Presley of Rockwood. And catcher and third baseman Katie Spargo of Santee, California. That's it for today, folks. Joe Fisher coming up top of the hour with Blue Raider women's basketball. Middle Tennessee and Tennessee right here on the Blue Raider Network and the Big G, WGNS.
All right, thank you, Chip. And that was really a good promo to what's coming up right after this show this evening.
Big time here in Murfreesboro.
That's a big game.
Yes.
I would imagine there'll be a really nice crowd there at Middle tonight for that game.
Yes, it should be exciting.
We got one more football game that we need to talk about. PCA is also in, and they've had some impressive wins, and they had a barn burner their last game.
Yes, in fact, they were down 16. I think going into the last quarter, they scored 16 to tie it. Then they went into 2 overtimes. Both teams scored touchdowns. They got the extra point in the first one. The second one, PCA scored first, and Friendship Christian went for 2, and they were able to stop it and won 41-40.
Friendship Christian almost there every year. In the hunt, right. So that's an impressive win.
It is, and then this week they've got another very impressive team. It's always representing the Middle West Tennessee in their level. The USJ is always fighting for it. maybe get the state tournament or getting close. They're always the power from the West. And so this is going to be another big game, and it's at PCA, which is great for them.
That'd be a middle then, I guess. It'd be at MTSU.
Yeah, right. MTSU.
That's got to be kind of an advantage.
If we can get you to go there, we could cover all 3 games.
Yeah. Well, they do have an elevator.
That's true.
I will say that. But what do you think about PCA? What do you think? I think if they can handle Friendship Christian, although it was a close game,
yeah.
I mean, they've got to be in the hunt for this one.
I mean, they can very much compete in this game. This can go either way. I would say USJ has a little bit of advantage, but not much. And of course, that's why you play the game. They have a really good defense. They got an outstanding linebacker, Sean Burkhofer. You know his grandpa.
Yeah. I figured it was Grandpa. So, but yeah.
We saw him with Middle Tennessee Christian, and he was just making tackles all over the place. I've seen for a couple of years at Burkhofer. I figured it was probably his relative. And they always listing his tackles. Most of the time you don't get listed all the time, but he also goes in when they get close to the goal line. He does the power running for their team. But they got a good quarterback. A Lamb kid, I think it was 20 for 29 last week, and the week we did with Middle Tennessee Christian, I think he was like 20 for 24. Very accurate, got a couple good receivers, so they've got it, and they're, I would say they're, the offensive player of the week actually would be their running back, this Porter Deadman, and if we were doing Smyrna Ready Mix, I would recommend him for the boys because last week he ran 8 times for 85 yards, had 2 touchdowns, caught 2 passes for 38 yards and a touchdown, had 4.5 tackles, an interception, and he scored the 2 touchdowns in overtime. So, I mean, it's hard to find anybody have any more complete game than that last week.
An exciting weekend, really, and you've got some choices. I mean, they're all at home,
right?
I mean, so I know Coach Creasy's going to want a big crowd at Oakland, and I know Matt at Blackman's going to want a big crowd in PCA. I don't think they're going to be able to fill up Middle Tennessee, but a big crowd can go a long way, even in a big stadium like that.
Right, and so you've got a choice, people. I mean, we've never had 3 teams playing for this far in the quarterfinals of the state tournament.
That's true. That's true. I hadn't thought about that, but that's right. And the semifinals are next, and we've got a really good chance of at least 1 surviving, possibly 2, and even 3. I think all 3 have good chances.
Right.
I mean, to put it,
that would be neat if we have 3 going into the semifinals.
Yeah. Well, there's some other news that I want to go before we. Do we take another break and close, or we just okay? All right. So I've got 3 minutes here to talk about this. Pigskin Pigs, unbelievable race. I hope Brian's listening. He's had the fight of his life.
They're coming for you, Brian.
They're tied. Bill Hockenberry and he are tied. And Bill got behind a little bit, but then he's made some big strides the last couple of weeks. You were having probably the best year of your career.
Right.
You're in 3rd. And 2 games back or something like that?
I think it was 2. I don't know about this.
So you are not mathematically eliminated, Rod.
No.
But I think Clark may move down in front of me. All I know is I'm ahead of Danny Brewer, and that's all that matters to me. But you don't
want to be in the basement.
But again, it's been kind of everybody's kind of.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's been that kind of year, and and you put the Titans in there. Now we kind of go loss, so that doesn't hurt us.
We put down lose till you prove something.
Vanderbilt really killed me early because they won a couple of games I didn't think they were going to win. So, right. And that's coming, and that's a big game this weekend too. I mean, so it's going to be football magic in Tennessee. But anyway, my money is going to be on Brian because I don't know. He's like 6-time champion. What do you think? You think Bill's got a shot? There's only 3 games to pick from, or 4, no, 5, 6 games.
I think it's going to end up tied.
Well,
I think they'll, unless you'll be afraid to go against the odds probably at this point.
You're going to go with whatever the other guy you think the other guy's going to do. It's not going to be like I'll go here because he's, you're not going to try to go opposite. I don't think.
No.
So
maybe
probably
find one special one that's a big upset. That's what we're looking for. This week.
Yeah, I mean, I know my strategy was the year I was in for co-champion, I went what I thought the other guy was gonna do, and so I think it was Brian then too, and but it's been one of the exciting races, and I've done most of mine from home, so I haven't been able to watch games. I've been watching on Big GTV, and then now we're just radio only, but.
You just do it by the feel.
The feel. You're kind of like Coach Creasy, just how you feel, and it goes that way. Okay, now you're an expert. You finally finish up in the upper level, and now you're an expert on the pigskin picks, Rod. I don't know. And one last thing, I guess, no baseball news much to talk about. We did get Iglesias for another year. We're paying him double.
That's good.
And I hope he has a better first 2 months.
Yeah, we don't know who's going or who's coming.
No, I think he got some going. So
yeah,
but I think that's going to be okay. I mean,
it's got to be done.
The Braves will be doing that in about 2 years. If they don't turn it around in the next 2 years, they'll be doing the same thing. Rod, it's been great. I appreciate it. But we're going to take a break, and we'll close things up here on Primetime Sports Thursday. Stay with us.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
I'm Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about the significant rate decrease we're experiencing now. Let me compare coverage and possibly save you hundreds on your home and auto. Call me at 615-895-2700.
Renters, when you combine State Farm Auto and Renters Insurance, you will save money. I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and I'd love to talk to you about combining your auto and renters insurance to help you save. Call me at 615-900-0877.
Hey, all you last-minute shoppers out there, this Christmas, give her something that stops your heart and starts it again from J. Mullins Jewelry. Breathtaking diamonds, custom pieces, and even redesign or repair. At J. Mullins Jewelry, we've been making Murfreesboro sparkle since 1938. Now located at 1640 Memorial Boulevard behind McAllister's brand new location. So stop in and see us. J. Mullins Jewelry, let's make this her brightest Christmas ever. New location, 1640 Memorial Boulevard.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
We're at Rick's Barbecue on Warrior Drive, talking with Anne-Marie Brents.
When people walk in and they're like, tell me what's good, I usually tell them the loaded baked potato, which is a fully loaded potato with the butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon, and chives, and then we put meat on top of it.
At Rick's, they use the largest potatoes you can find.
Every Tuesday, we run a special on the loaded potatoes. We call it Tater Tuesday, and we sell a lot of potatoes.
Barbecue, smoked chicken, ribs, they've got it all at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive, and online at ricksbbq.com.
Primetime Sports, presented by Ideas Tees on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Primetime Sports Thursday. John Dinkins, Rod Edwards. We're going to wrap things up. I do want to mention WGNS. It'll be you guys will be at the Blackman-Maryville game tomorrow night. I guess airtime at 6:30. I guess
I would say 6:30.
Yeah.
Game at 7.
And Danny Brewer's going to be covering over at Oakland with Oakland and Green Hills. It's going to be an exciting weekend, and then we got college football coming up as well. So just whatever you want in football, you're going to get it. High school and college, and if you want to watch the Titans. They might show up. I don't know. Rod, always appreciate it, and I haven't seen you in a few weeks. I'm glad I was able to do this show.
You again. You're up and moving.
And well, I'm up. It's sort of moving.
I didn't say how fast you're moving, but you're moving.
That's going to do it for us for Rod Edwards. This is John Dinkins and Jackson Smith. So long, everybody.